welcome to today's video. My name is Steve Sylvester Ezeyon. What I do in this channel, I teach you different tips and tricks on how to make money online. I'm not here to show you how I make $10,000 online or $50,000 online, but I am here to teach you different tips and tricks on how to make money online, and also I teach you different website design tricks. So if you are new to my channel, kindly click on the subscribe button, also click on the notification button so you get notified anytime I release a new video. With that being said, let's go down to the topic of today.
There's a lot of buzz over the internet right now about the Inera, and this has caused a lot of persons going online to search about the Inera. Inera basically it's a cryptocurrency in which the central bank are embarking on, and this project is something they are looking forward to push out this year. So when it comes to Inera, like okay, before that Inera, remember on the 5th day of February in June 2021, the central bank actually banned or instructed banks and other financial institutions to stop dealing with cryptocurrency. And also, they should stop facilitating payments or carrying out payments using cryptocurrency exchanges. So this question now we are asking ourselves is, central bank actually banned cryptocurrency on the 5th of February 2021, and this is September. Last month August, they started talking about the Inera, bringing that issue about the Inera. The question I ask myself right now is, why did they ban cryptocurrency? But I understand why the central bank actually banned a currency, because of they are looking at the safety of their own citizen, because this cryptocurrency is something a lot of persons are using for fraud online, and they are trying to prevent that from happening. Understand that, but now the central bank are coming with their own currency, calling their own cryptocurrency Inera. So the Central Bank recently released a project, and this project was called Project Giant. And this project was released on the 24th of June 2021, which is this year. And this project produced and issued a government-controlled digital currency, and which we all know as Inera. So on August, which was last month, August 27, because we are in September right now, in August 27, 2021, the central bank circulated and presented a license to financial institution. And this license provides guidelines and insurance operation of Inera in Nigeria. So this license, in which the central bank gave to the financial institution, which are the commercial banks or the other microfinance banks, is that we are giving this by guideline, which is a license, and telling them that okay, let us issue before you can issue Inera in Nigeria, like in this country, before you can operate, going into the operation of Inera, there are certain guidelines and license you are supposed to go through when it comes to operating with Inera. So this now leads us to the question: what is Inera? A lot of people asking, is this a digital currency? Is it a not? Is it just a normal online currency like paper, or what is this Inera? Yeah, Inera is a digital currency to be issued by the Nigerian government with the same value as fiat naira. Yes, normally in the cryptocurrency world, if you don't really understand the cryptocurrency world, there's what they call fiat currencies. These fiat currencies are actually stable coins, which are USDT. You have the naira, you have the euro, you have the pounds. These are coins tied to country. These are coins tied to a particular country. Why call it yes, a particular country's currency, and it has that value which that particular currency has. So unlike different other coins that fluctuate anyhow, like normal coins that fluctuate, which are not fiat currency, these coins are that is which are not fiat digital currency. These coins fluctuate, but with the fiat they are stable. So and it want to look like normal physical notes, yes, but just that it will not be a digital currency. Uh, Also with this you can see Inera also is also to be purchased by the general public, and this is can carry out through your financial institution. So, and every individual is going to maintain a particular wallet, like if customer has a particular wallet. So when you purchase a particular currency, digital currency from a particular financial institution, they just transfer this cryptocurrency into your bank account. And it's also similar to the normal Chinese renminbi and the Swedish e-krona. So these are just what Nigeria government or the Nigeria central bank is trying to do. They're just trying to imbibe what some other countries are using. Yes. So with that being said, so now let's ask ourselves, how is this Inera different from the normal cryptocurrency? Yes, how is the Inera different from the normal cryptocurrency? The cryptocurrency normally is a decentralized form of encrypted digital currency. Like yeah, it's decentralized form. Like it has different. There's a way it's carried out the normal cryptocurrency, and it's encrypted. Like it's encrypted also. And these are done based on blockchain technologies and why the currency, which in Inera, in our Nigerian Inera, is controlled by the central government. There's not a decentralized currency. So in this, with their statements whereby the central government say they have the authority to have the right to make this coin, like they have the right to destroy this coin, and that is what we call burning in cryptocurrency. This is on that topic on its own when it comes to understanding cryptocurrency. So the central bank are the ones, the Nigerian government are the ones controlling the digital currency and envisage to be more stable than the cryptocurrency as its value is to be parity with the current country's official currency. Just like what I told you earlier, the country's currency is naira, and we have your fiat currency. These are fiat currency. They are stable coin. They don't fluctuate like the normal coin that you like buy it. Like you can buy a normal coin for 55 naira now, and the next minute that coin is at 44 naira or it's at 100 naira. So it does not the normal naira don't fluctuate. It's just like a stable coin. So there will not be there's no problem. There's no fear holding the naira in as a means of payment. The only fear is if we have the dollar issue against the naira, then the naira loses value. That is just it. On. If we don't have that issue, the normal naira is keeps being naira. So and we are asking ourselves now, what is the benefit of naira over the regular digital banking? Okay, look at the normal digital banking, and it involves customer interacting with money, maintaining them in the bank and the rest. But in we are talking about in era, it's actually money earned and maintained by customers in their own e-wallets. So these are digital currency. You don't have to have any physical cash. You get any physical card notes that have to be in one bank. Or when in case of robbing, people cannot just go into the bank and rob millions. This can only be done through hacking online, hacking these accounts online, and this another issue we can may have with this currency issue of hackers hacking wallets and the rest if we don't have a very secured wallet. So let's look. Consequently, customers will be able to transact with it like normal fiat currency, but it involves just doing it digitally online. So you don't have any physical notes that you are looking at. You are looking at the normal digital currency and it's digitalized, and nobody sees the notes. Everything is online and it's basically online transaction. So number one, this eliminates the intermediaries as expected, and it reduces the cost and time of transaction. Yes, intermediary within the bank having to do have a particular control center before they release money to another bank, things like that. So this is very easy, and you can transact your in there without having a private bank account. That's one thing. Once you just have your wallet, you can just transact without having your normal bank account. That is the difference between the naira and the normal over the normal digital banking. So, so now let's look at in practice. I want to practicalize it now. How do you think this in-naira will actually operate in the country? Okay, you can see in-naira is being supplied by CBN from their stock wallets. Yes, to intermediaries, licensed financial institutions. Who are these intermediaries? They are licensed financial institutions like the normal banks. Yeah, these are it actually cannot must not be a bank, but it must be a financial institution which is licensed to carry out sales of this INERA. And this will be supplied onward to individuals. Individuals cannot buy from this financial institution, so you cannot buy directly from CBN. So CBN have their own stock wallets, so they supply this out just like the main owner, just like when you have the Bitcoin, the main creators of Bitcoin, just like CBN creates this coin, supply it out to financial institution, and then financial institution can now go forward in selling this coin to normal individual. Yes. So these wallets have been each wallet have been maintained by normal financial institution in Nigeria. That is just like the way you have normal Bitcoin wallet, normal cryptocurrency wallet. I mean, so this coin it will be this particular Iconic Naira wallet will be controlled by our normal financial institution, whereby each financial institution have the possibility of creating their own wallet, and that is that to be said. And this wallet can receive your in-naira from CBN. You can receive your in-naira from CBN. In-naira transaction will operate on new and existing systems. You can say like it's a very new and existing system, and it will work on its own, solely on its own, not in normal. It not work with the normal banking system. So that is that for the INERA, the practice of. Then again, there are four major parties in operating the model of INERA, and the first is the CBN. The second is the licensed financial institution, which I talked about, which is normal financial banks, and these financial banks are the ones responsible for issuing INERA to customers. You can see monitoring the INERA transactions under their institution. Then the third, you have the businesses and merchants responsible for complying with CBN regulations on know your customer and AML slash CFT and the rest. And also, customers are responsible for maintaining the INERA wallets. So there can be some kind of transactional fee, there can be some kind of monthly maintenance fee and the rest. So we don't know that. So when the complete setup is out, we will be able to know actually what we are going into. So now there are types of wallets that which central bank have talked about here. This type of wallet, you have the type of wallet you have the tier one wallet, you have the tier two wallet, you have the tier three wallet, and you have the merchant wallet. So how does it work? Tier one wallet, number one, the balance you can have, the cumulative balance limit on that tier one wallet is 300,000, and the transfer limit you can have is 50,000 in naira. And you know your customer requirements. No existing bank account is needed. Phone number validated by, but it will be validated by NIN, your NIN. But you don't need any existing bank accounts to be able to connect to it. You don't need any existing phone number. All you just need is your validated NIN and your national identification number. So that is that for that. The next one is your tier two. This tier two is done. And what is the cumulative balance for this limit for tier two? The cumulative balance for tier two limit is 500,000. Yes, 500,000 in naira. Then transfer limit is 200,000 in naira per day. But you can have your balance should not be more than 500 in a time, 500,000 in naira. So when you come to know your customer requirement, you have to have an existing bank account and bank verification number, which is your BVN. These are the two requirements. You have your existing bank account and you have your bank verification number to operate a tier two wallet. And so if you want to operate a tier three wallet, you can say tier three wallet comes with a 5 million in naira cumulative limit and has a transfer limit of 1 million in naira daily. And now what you need to know, like you know your customer requirements for them to be able to know who they are dealing with, you are going to have an existing bank account and a bank verification number. These are the two things requirement to again, just like the tier two. So when you come to merchant, the merchant has no limit. Yes, your balance, you have no limit to your balance in naira, but the transfer limit for a merchant is 1 million in naira per day. Then you have to have a full know your customer requirements and anti-money laundering and counterfeit terrorism regulation of the CBN. So you have a lot when it comes to merchants to have to put in place to be able to own a merchant in era wallet. So with that being said, what do you think in your own way? What do you think? In conclusion, I think that the NIA project we need a lot of things to be successful. Number one, a good number of Nigerians have to be ready to be included in this flow. Like companies, government agencies, we looking at embarking or embracing this new technology or the new change we call it. The next one is we have to maintain e-wallets. The next one is okay, we are looking at troubles, the troubles we can get. You know, in our country Nigeria, apparently we have an issue of illiteracy. So with the local person in the house, the normal non-knowledge person back in the remote areas or even in the urban areas who are illiterate be able to operate this e-wallet. With this will be a problem to them. Okay, next thing, okay, how will the lack of power, electricity issue in Nigeria affect it? Because if you are running a mine, like if you're looking at these cryptocurrency mining centers, they use a lot of power. So we will start having failure of transaction due to find out the fact that a particular mining center or a particular crypto center is down. I'm asking, that is really a problem we have to ask ourselves again. So another one is, okay, will there be lack of internet coverage? That's another thing again. So these are issues we are looking at, and we are looking at a very, very good. But there's another issue we're looking at, another topic we're looking at here, that the provision of and presentation of a tentative as the CBN is yet to issue a draft or guideline or framework on the operation of INERA. This project appears to be a step in the right direction to achieving a cashless economy. Okay, how do you want to achieve a cashless economy? In an economic that you have a lot of illiteracy, you have a lot of issues when it comes to communication, you have a lot of you have power issue, you have a lot of things going on in the country. So I don't think for me the INERA is going to be very, very smooth in running its operation. But let us see when it comes out. We hope for the best. Then let us we hope for the best and we pray that this we look at this currency being used and being accepted by Nigerians. And that is just it for the INERA. And that is I'm stopping here today. If you have any update on INERA next time, I'm going to drop this update on my channel, telling you what's up, the new guidelines, what you think will be happening in this era of INERA, and as the central bank starts unraveling everything about INERA, I will start bringing up these things and letting us know how this INERA works. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope you love the video. If you do love the video, kindly click on the like button so that the YouTube algorithm is going to share this video to a lot of persons. And if you know you've not subscribed to my channel, kindly don't leave this video without subscribing. Thank you and see you in my next video.
Yeah, thank you for watching that video. If you do love that video, kindly click on the like button so that the YouTube algorithm is going to share this video to a lot of persons. And if you know you've not subscribed to my channel and about leaving right now, please don't do that. Kindly subscribe, click on the subscribe button, and also click on the notification button so I get notified anytime I release a new video. Thank you very much and see you in my next video.